Right, a beautiful Friday morning to you out there. This is UNIUYO 100.7 FM, and you're on to Newspaper Review, the final edition for the week. And Newspaper Review is the news and current affairs program that comes your way every weekdays, Mondays to Friday at 8 to 9 a.m. on your number one campus radio, UNIUYO 100.7 FM, the workstation. My name is Jimmy Jackson. I'm not here to do this alone. I have a regular in-house analyst talking about Izzy Fields joining me today on the program. Good morning, Izzy Fields, and welcome to Newspaper Review. Good
morning, Mr. Jimmy. It's good to be back on set right here. You know, it's the last edition for the week, and doing this with you always gives me joy. And I want to say good morning to our Quibamites. It's good to be back.
All right, you can join the conversation by calling the studio line 0701-070107 or 0818-883-6262. Better still, head straight to our Facebook page, like our page, drop your comments, facebook.com/UNIUYO FM. And yes, you see a post talking about the headlines we have for you this morning, and you can also drop your comments, and we'll take all of that. You can also watch us live on Facebook, Jimmy Jackson. Follow me right there, and you can see what's actually happening right here live in our studios. Okay, starting off this morning, we're starting with security. As yesterday, something happened in social media. It was actually a gog yesterday as the IGP, according to reports, NSAS IGP orders investigation into suits challenging the legality of state judicial panels. This own suit to stop probe of officers. Izzy Fields, let me come to you on this particular one. Nigerians were actually shocked yesterday when the news of the Inspector General of Police and the Nigerian Police Force, going to court to seek, discontinuation of the probe and panels constituted by various state governments in Nigeria to actually look at the police brutality in the state. What we have to say about this as IGP has actually come out to, order an investigation into that particular suit.
I think this is a really good call by the IGP because it raised a lot of eyebrows to Nigerians when it comes to police brutality, which led to the NSAS protest. And we also had state setting up panels to come out and investigate this. Then we had a police force, a suit coming out to stop that. So a lot of people were questioning who does that. But it's good that the IGP had to come out. And what really marvels me here is IGP coming to deny it. So the big question is, we need to keep our finger crossed until the IGP comes out, the investigation is thoroughly done, and they come out to tell you who filed the suits to stop the state from investigating the police brutality. But I think it's a good call by the IGP to come out and say this.
But apart from the IGP, just coming out to order for that particular investigation into that particular, suits filed by the Nigerian Police Force yesterday, what does this pertain to the judicial panel set by state governments?
I think this also entails a good one that the state government can still go ahead with the judicial panel they set. Because if the suit that was earlier said was being said by the police force was truly done by the IGP, it could have infringed the investigation being put by the state government. But the IGP coming out, this entails that they can go ahead with their investigation against police brutality.
Okay, 0701-0701-007 or 0818-883-6262 is the number you can join the conversation this morning. This is Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio, UNIUYO 100.7 FM. Okay, still staying with the NSAS protest, and let's actually look at the judicial panel. As it feels, I don't know if you have been following the judicial panels set across various states, though not all the 36 states of the Federation, including FCT, but some states. But we have, I carefully had to pick this particular story. Police killed our children, help secure release of their corpses, 3 women beg Rivers panel. As it feels, generally, I don't know if you have been following the NSAS judicial panel across states in Nigeria. What have you noticed? But let's look at this particular headlines that parents begging for corpses of their kids killed by the Nigerian police.
I think this is a really good one per se, if I might use that word. You know, one thing, the NSAS protest led to the death of a lot of people, in which the panel that were being set in place were meant to bring justice for them. Then we also have a case here, the parents in River State having to get to court to seek the release of the corpse. I'm asking here, people die maybe during a protest. Why are you keeping the corpse? If you are to file a suit against the dead, who will you hold responsible? So I think it's a good one that they had to get to court because...
No, it's actually, these are the panel level.
This is the panel level.
Yeah.
So what I'm looking at saying here is the parents getting to the court to seek for the police to release the corpse, to help them release the corpse. It's a good one. They would have resort to other means to do this, but they choose to seek the right route, which is getting to the panel here. You did ask me if I've been following up most of the happenings in the different states. I think River State has been in the picture of the NSAS protests because of the lot of casualties that were involved right there. So the parents choosing to go to the panel there, it's a good one. I wish if other people that have a redress to seek against police brutality could also make use of the panel being set in their state. It could go a long way in helping us solve this matter.
Okay, but still talking about judicial panels set up by various state governments in Nigeria, we are made to understand that Akwa Ibom had set up a panel, but we are yet to see news from that particular panel. Hopefully, subsequently we'll get to hear stories from that particular panel.
Mr. Jibe, I think why we are not really getting news from Akwa Ibom panel is because I think those living in Akwa Ibom has not really make use of that platform. Would it be that they are not informed that there is a panel like that they could go to seek redress?
It was all over the news. We talked about it on the newspaper review.
We talked about it on the newspaper review. But how many people are bold enough to make the right step like those we have in River State? Okay.
Ezefiel, have you had any encounter with the disbanded SARS officials?
Having an encounter with the disbanded. Personally, I had an encounter with them. And I will have to share this. That's why, in as much as I also canvass for them to be disbanded, I also must commend them on a particular part. If you look at the rate of crime currently, it's on the high side. One of our colleagues, after on a particular day, his phone was snatched from her, sorry. And my own experience with the SARS happened on a particular day. After I received the newspaper headline, I had to come out of my house to come and start going through the news. The early hours of the morning, this should be around 4:30 a.m. This is my compound. Then I start seeing flashlights. Then I was like, who is there? And I heard one of the security personnel said, who goes you? So I was like, what type of phrase is this? I kept quiet. The thing is, they came to arrest someone close to my house. When they saw me outside, they now got my phone, start going through my phones. They now saw a particular video and recording. We talked about security and power during newspaper review. The SARS operative now asked me, you people have been talking about us on air. Have you bought a tire for police before?
Whose responsibility is to buy tires?
I was amazed.
Okay.
I'm out here to check on you so I can go on air. And the guy said, if you have not bought a tire, you are going to buy it today.
So did you buy?
I lose a sum of money. I did a transfer day before they let me go.
Okay.
So this experience...
Are you thinking of going to the panel? Are you thinking of going to the panel?
Okay, that boils down to the question of how many people are bold enough to approach the panel here in Akwa Ibom. I would say I wouldn't want to go to the panel because...
Why? Okay. 0701 0701 007 or 0818-893-6262. He has just talked about people not willing to go to the panel. And he is also one of those people who is not willing to go to the panel. But you can call us on the conversation this morning, 0701 070107 or 0818-893-6262. This is Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio, UNIUYO 100.7 FM. Yes, you can like our page and also drop your comment there. Watch us live on Facebook. Jimmy Jackson is actually a handle you can use to watch us live right here in our studios. Okay, moving away from that, let's talk about security as Boko Haram Story comes calling this morning. We are not overwhelmed. Defense headquarters replies governor.
Security once again. It keeps recurring with our headlines, and it shows the importance of security when it comes to the government. You know, one thing we did say way back, we did talk about sacking of security chiefs, which Nigeria keep rallying for, and which is not happening anytime soon with the body language of the APC-led government. What I would say here is a good call by the army chief to come out and say that, because there was a lot of people questioning their modus operandi right now.
Because these are governors doing that.
It's not just governors. We had senators also rallying for this, and we have the masses even in the streets. They're also talking about the security, the rate of killing. We just had the killing of rice farmers in Boronu. So this begs the question: if you don't come out and get the people back on your side, the people might lose confidence in the army. But one thing I want Nigerians to take note here: in as much as the army is fighting the Boko Haram state, you have to also take responsibility for your life. For instance, after the rice farmers died, the army came out with a lame excuse, I would say that they ought to have received clearance before going back to the farm.
Was it the army that came out with that statement, or a statement from the presidential head?
Definitely, they said the presidential head said they were supposed to get a clearance from the army. So definitely it could be that the army had told the presidential head why we had the dead was because the farmers did not come for their clearance.
Okay.
So indirectly, the army coming out to say that they have not been overwhelmed here by the Boko Haram state. I think it's a good one, and it should also be a rally call for the security personnel in the army to also sit up to their responsibility.
0701070107 or 08188362626 the number you can join in the conversation this morning. And I think today we talk more on security, as I don't know if it's good news, as they would have to tell us if it's good news that the minor now extradited to Nigeria. That's an update. We talked about him being arrested in Niger Republic. And what would you have to say about this before we talk about the bombers of Wike's Father's Church to get recognition by IPOP members? But let's first talk about Minor, coming back to Nigeria.
I think it's a good update on that we have Minor back here to come and face the charges against him. Then we can really know he really is guilty. What I would want to say, we have been having a lot of issues when it comes to security. And it's always the negative report we get to have. I think this is a positive one. We're having the army collaborating with the Interpol to get him back to Nigeria from Niger, right there. I think when it comes to festive period here like this, Jimmy, the matters of security cannot be swept under carpet. That's why we'll keep having issues of security popping up in our headlines in times like this. But I want us to note here, the issues of security is not just coming into Nigeria because of the festive period. Throughout this year, issues of security keep recurring.
Okay.
So this boils down to us as a people. We need to securing of life and properties. In as much as the government might make an enabling environment and have security outfits, you have to take responsibility for your life.
Oh, okay. I hope he has not gotten to that though, because I don't know how you want to take responsibility when you're faced with
For instance, Mr. Jimmy, the government, we have the police forces. You have a house. You can't leave your door open when you are stepping out.
Okay.
You have to lock it.
Okay.
So that's one of the way of taking responsibility for your life.
All right. Okay. 0701070107 08188836262. Okay. Yes. This is still News Super Review. Sorry for that each miss up. But quickly as it feels, before we move away from security, let's quickly talk about this story. We bombed Wike's Father's Church to get recognition, IPOP members. Let's talk about that quickly.
Talking about the bombing right there in Rivers State, the church that Wike Father worships, I think it's not really a good one. But Rivers State has been in the news lately due to security reasons and coming over from the group, the IPOC, the proscribed group in Nigeria. I was going through this headline, and the people, three of them has been caught, which is a good one and also a positive news when it comes to security. And they did say something that they did the bombing in order to get recognition. The question I start to ask here, recognition from who?
Okay.
Then going through the news, they said they want to get recognition from a proscribed group, which is the IPOC group. So I think what we can need to do here, I would advise, could be the security situation needs to be beefed up in Rivers State in order to curtail situations like this.
Okay, 0701070107 or 08188836262 is the number you can join in the conversation this morning. Away from security this morning, let's talk about yes, the budget. As we have this particular story, Buhari transmits 2021 FCT statutory budget to the National Assembly as Speaker create 3 additional standing committee. Well, as if you're talking about the 2021 budget, a lot has been happening. But what would you have to say about this particular one, talking about the FCT statutory budget to the National Assembly?
I think I must commend the government of the day. First, the passage and assent to bill of the 2020 bill was really quick compared to the previous years. And the 2021 is a really good one. What really caught my fancy in this particular budget was I was looking at the budgetary allocation to education, and I must commend.
And you're happy about this?
I'm happy that there is an increment to 65%. So I think that's a really good one.
Is that enough for a country of over 200 million people?
I would say it's not enough, but it's a move in a good direction. It's increase. So definitely it will help beef up the quality of education we have compared to what we had.
Talking about quality of education, Nigerian students are still at home. So how can you relate with that, where you're saying there's an increase in budget, but then Nigerian students are still at home?
Nigerian students are still at home because there is still a rift between the ASU-led board with the federal government, which is yet to be settled. And if that's still going on, and then we have the budgetary allocation, and we have an increase in the education allocation, I think it's a good one. Even the ASU people will be happy that there is an increase in educational allocation, although we might say it's not enough, but it's a move in a good direction. Okay,
still staying with the National Assembly. Yesterday, Senate panel walks out Ngige's aid orders adhering on that diving abuse. Is it feels the drama at the National Assembly? It's something that is recurring. What would you say about that yesterday's action by the Senate?
I'm still looking at the issue with I'm trying to be objective in my judgment right here. If you invite someone to come and someone delegates someone to come and represent a person.
But what if the person have a genuine
excuse? That's what I'm trying to say here.
Okay.
Maybe the CEOs of these companies had a genuine excuses. But the thing is, if you have genuine excuses, did you go to the right channels of informing the person that invited you? Okay, I won't be available, but this person will represent me. I think this should be, maybe there was a breakdown in communication between them and the Senate.
How can a whole company of not one, not two have excuses to stay back from the invite by the National Assembly?
I think the Senate here, I think it's more like trying to exercise power who is in charge here. The Senate want to exercise their power that they are still in charge of everything that is happening in this country.
Okay.
So if we invite you and you don't show up, maybe there are channels you should have informed us. So that's why I'm using the word maybe. Maybe the company did not do that.
Okay.
So the Senate had to exercise that power. You need to go out, let the right people we invite come in.
Okay. 0701070107 or 08188836262 is the way you can join the conversation this morning. This is Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio, UNIUYO 100.7 FM. Nigeria to become a global player in human resources. Government doesn't possess enough resources to bridge infrastructure gaps, says the Vice President. These are two statements credited to the Vice President, talking about Yemi Osinbajo. Would you want to agree with him on this statement? First, let's talk about human resources. Don't you think Nigeria is blessed with both natural and human resources to actually lead global stage?
I'm looking for the right words that could be used, because to me, using that we are blessed with natural and human resources, to me, it's more like an understatement.
We are blessed in all ramifications.
We are blessed. We are so blessed. And the beautiful part of it is, when you look at the Nigerian populace, we tend to strive even when we don't have the support of the government when it comes to human resources.
Okay.
So what I was looking at, the right words the VP would have used here would have been the harness of these human resources, that there will be more support from the government. Because we have seen Nigerians stood out through using their imaginative power and creative power to stand out all around the world out here, that will get to the level where we don't just depend on our natural resources.
Okay.
And we get to harness the human resources we have, because definitely we are so blessed with them.
Okay, 0701070107 or 08188836262. But quickly, let's talk about the the statement also credited to the Vice President, talking about the Nigerian government does not possess enough resources to bridge infrastructure gap. Would you say this is one of the reasons why government is looking elsewhere to get funds to bridge that gap in terms of infrastructure in Nigeria?
When we say we don't have enough funds, it baffles me.
We don't have funds now. Are you not seeing the budget? Are you not seeing?
I've seen the budget.
Okay.
It baffles me at times.
So you think Nigeria have funds?
Nigeria have funds, but the funds we have, I think we need to look for ways to harness, like the president said. If we look for ways to market most of our human resources, the talk of us not having fun will be a thing of the past.
But
we've been depending so much on natural resources that it has become drained, that it can't power the economy anymore. So if we try to diversify, to getting more of our human resources being sold out to the world, we export more of our human resources. The question of us not having fun will be a thing of the past. But I will want the VP to come out and spell out, what do you really mean when you say we don't have funds?
So you think Nigeria
most of the funds we generate, where do they go to?
Okay. 0701070107 or 08188836262 is the number you can join in the conversation this morning. This is Newspaper Review on your number one campus radio. Let's talk pension. And when I saw the story, I don't know how I felt because this should not be happening. Let's not forget that the defunct pension in Nigeria, where Minor is currently undergoing probe, is currently in the news. But we have this particular story: 2,100 aggrieved pensions contributors change PFAs. That's the Pension Funds Administration in Nigeria. What would have caused, or what would have informed the decision of these pension contributors to change PFS? Is it?
I think this is a really sad news right here. I would say, we did talk of the boss that is being put in the news, that is being extradited to Nigeria, which also has to do with this particular parastate house. Talking about the pension scheme right here. The Polycarp did come out to say yesterday that 2,100 pensioners had to change their PFAs in less than...
I'm asking, what would have informed that decision?
I think when you are a pensioner and you have a particular company that runs your pension saving, if you are not satisfied with their services,
is it something that the PFS administrators in Nigeria should look into, that at the end we might not have issues arising from people switching from left, right, center?
You just said it all, Jimmy. They just have...
I'm asking.
Yeah, you just said it. What you're asking is what they should do.
Okay. 07010700 08188836262 is the number you can join in the conversation this morning. Okay.
Jimmy, before you move to the next story, I want you to know something here. According to the report, now the contributors has the power to determine the PFA that manage their retirement saving, which is really good.
Okay. All right, 0701070107 or 08188836262 is the number you can join the conversation this morning. Quickly on this one, we have less than 3 minutes to be here right here. Okay, 2 right now. Female soldier slapped man on crutches for scolding her child.
You know, Jimmy, when I saw this particular story, I smiled because 2 days ago we did talk about the soldiers' welfare, and we were questioning about hardship.
You think this is a matter of welfare?
I'm trying to recall it, what we were arguing about. We talked about hardship, and I raised a question that if a soldier that is talking about facing hardship in the face of war and hardness, and if he finds you wearing their uniform, they call you a bloody civilian, they exert you their power over you, a civilian that they were meant to protect. Now, it boils to the question of our army doing the right thing at the right time. This video went viral. So I wish this man could file a suit against this soldier, because just because you are on uniform or you are a soldier doesn't mean you are above the law. I think it's not a good one. Imagine the torture the man went through because of helping his child from not crossing an express road. Imagine trying to lend help.
All right, finally on newspaper review this morning, COVID-19 is upon us. I don't know how we want to wrap this up, but yesterday Nigeria recorded 343 cases in Nigeria. So cases now surpasses 68,000 according to reports there. But quickly, COVID-19 vaccine, Nigeria risks global travel ban, Senate warns enemy allies of fear. So what we have to say is stay safe, adhere strictly to NCDC guidelines, and you need to be alive for your family and your loved ones. That's much we have time for today on Newspaper Review. I want to thank Izzy Fields for coming around today on the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jimmy. It was good being on set with you. Okay,
we'll be back tomorrow. We'll be back on Monday for another edition of this program. I do have a fun for you Friday, and enjoy the rest of the broadcast on UNIUYO 100.